Hi.
আসসালামু
Hi
আলাইকুম।
everyone.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমরা আপনাদের জন্য আবারও ইংলিশ স্পিকিং ক্লাস নিয়ে চলে আসলাম মার্সিসাইড কনসালটেন্সির পক্ষ থেকে। আমাদের ব্রিটিশ টিচার রিচার্ড রিচার্ড
Hi.
হাউ আর ইউ?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yes, I'm also good.
Excellent.
Okay. First let me share the live. Then we are going to talk about our topics. Okay. Okay, let me share the live. Hmm, groups. Neha, Germany.
Hi everybody out there who's watching. Nice to see you all.
Yes, they're coming.
Yeah, they are. And it'd be good if somebody who's watching will be able to join us and we can practice some talking and speaking.
Yes, আপনারা কেউ যদি ফ্রি স্পিকিং ক্লাসের জন্য ইন্টারেস্টেড থাকেন তাহলে আপনারা আমাদের মার্সিসাইড কনসালটেন্সিতে টেক্সট করতে পারেন, তাহলে আপনারা আমাদের ব্রিটিশ টিচারের সাথে ফ্রি স্পিকিং ক্লাসে জয়েন করতে পারবেন। যারাই আমাদের স্পিকিং ক্লাসটা দেখছেন তারা লাভ লাইক দিয়ে দিবেন এবং আমাদের লাইভটা কাইন্ডলি শেয়ার করে দিবেন বেশি বেশি, যাতে সবাই যাদের যাদের দুর্বলতা আছে স্পিকিং এ তারা যেন লিঙ্কটা দেখে পায় এবং স্পিকিং করার সুযোগটা পায়। সো যারা যারা দেখছেন একটু লাভ লাইক দিয়ে দিবেন এবং লাইভটা শেয়ার করে দিবেন।
So are you going to put the link up? And
Okay, wait a bit, wait a bit.
hi, there's two people watching. Hello.
Yes, six people was watching us. Just
Yeah.
wait a bit.
Now nobody's watching us.
They'll come, don't worry.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I'm done sharing. বিসমিল্লাহির রহমানির রাহিম। আমরা আজকের মতো আমাদের স্পিকিং ক্লাস শুরু করছি আমাদের ব্রিটিশ টিচারের সাথে। তো আমরা ফার্স্ট যে টপিক নিয়ে আলোচনা করব, আমাদের টপিক হচ্ছে ডিসক্রাইব এ টাইম when you were friendly to someone you didn't like.
Okay. So this happens quite a lot, especially when you go out in a group of people and you like what. So, say for example, boyfriend and girlfriend, or
ওকে, আমরা এমন একটি টপিক নিয়ে কথা বলছি যে আম, আপনার এমন কাউকে এমন কারোর সাথে ফ্রেন্ডলি থাকতে হবে যাকে মূলত আপনি পছন্দ করেন না, কিন্তু ওই সিচুয়েশনে তারপর আপনাকে ফ্রেন্ডলি থাকতে হবে। তো আমাদের টিচার এখন এই টপিকটা নিয়ে কিছুটা আলোচনা করবে। থ্যাংক ইউ। ওকে রিচার্ড, কন্টিনিউ।
okay. So it's very so if it's one of the people. So say for example, there's two of them, boyfriend girlfriend or husband wife, and everybody goes out together, and you really don't like one of them for various different reasons. Maybe something happened in the past, and or something they did to you that you still haven't gotten over. Then you have to try and be friendly with this person because the whole group is the whole group. It's not just about you and this person. It's about the whole group. So this happened to me not so long ago, maybe a couple of years, where I went out with a few people and I don't really get on with somebody's husband.
ওকে।
But because we all went out together, then I had to integrate and be part of the group conversation and to be able to smile and joke with everybody else. So what you have to do is to be civil, which means that you are you have good manners with this person and you say yes and you laugh at their jokes and you smile and everything else to keep the peace with everybody that's there. Otherwise, the atmosphere that is created with the animosity between you and this person would be unbearable for everybody else, and nobody would go out again and nobody would get together. And that wouldn't be fair on the people that all get on well together, apart from me and this person. So what I do is I'm civil. If I'm asked a question by this person, I speak to them. I communicate with them. I get in. We laugh, joke, we speak, especially if we're out for dinner, because then we're sat opposite each other or we're sat around a table, and you have to communicate. You can't just ignore them all evening or during the day, or if you go for a walk, etc. So what I do is I become civil and I speak to them, but it doesn't mean to say that I like them.
ওকে, তাহলে আমরা যেটা দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে আমাদের শিক্ষক যা বলল, এমন কিছু অকেশনস ছিল যখন উনি ফ্যামিলি সহ, ফ্রেন্ডরা সহ গিয়েছিল বাইরে, তারা দেখা করছিল, কথা বলছিল। তো ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার থাকার কারণে তার যদি এমন কারোর সাথে দেখাও হচ্ছে যে এখন উনি তাদের সাথে কথা বলতে কমফোর্টেবল ফিল করছে না, সেই ক্ষেত্রেও ওনাকে তাদের সাথে খুব নরমালি কথা বলতে হয়েছে এবং তাদের সাথে খুব নরমালি কোপ আপ করা লেগেছে। তো কথা বলতে তারা মোটামুটি ফ্রেন্ডলি একটা বিহেভিয়ার দিতে বাধ্য ছিল, যাতে সবাই তাকে সোশ্যালি সোশ্যালি ইন্ট্রোভার্ট না ভাবে, সেই জন্য উনি এই ধরনের বিহেভিয়ারটা দিতে বাধ্য ছিল। ওকে, ক্যান ইউ এক্সপ্লেইন হোয়াই ইউ আর ফ্রেন্ডলি টু her or friendly to him on that occasion?
Because otherwise, the people I was with, they would be they would be able to see the difficulty in us communicating and being in the same room together. So it would be to make sure that everybody had a good time and were able to interact with each other in a pleasant setting, rather than this person and myself not speaking, not answering any questions by them, not being happy. And you would see that the atmosphere in the room or around the table or wherever we were would become very uncomfortable for everybody, not just me and this other person. So this is why I was friendly with them, so that everybody could have a good time. Everybody was able to interact. Everybody was able to enjoy the evening, and then when it was over, it was over. So I didn't have to create a problem or have anybody say, "What did you do?" or anything else.
When and where it happened?
When it happened, I would say it happened at a restaurant about 2 years ago. It was it was a Chinese restaurant in the UK called just down the road from where I live. The food there is amazing, and a lot of us went out, and with so it was like boyfriends, girlfriends, partners, and everybody was sat around the table, and all the partners get on well, and all the others get on well, apart from me and this other person.
Okay, thank you. তো আমরা যেটা দেখতে পেলাম, আমাদের ব্রিটিশ টিচার যেটা বললো, এটা হয়েছিল একটা রেস্টুরেন্টে অলমোস্ট 2 ইয়ার আগে। সো আমাদের অনেকেরই এমন কিছু টাইম আসে যে আমরা হয়তো অপোজিট পার্সনটাকে খুব একটা পছন্দ করি না, কিন্তু তারপরেও তাদের সাথে আমাদের ফ্রেন্ডলি বিহেভিয়ার দিতে হয়, তাদের সাথে আমাদের ফ্রেন্ডলি ওয়েতে কথাবার্তা বলতে হয়, যাতে সিচুয়েশনটা নর্মাল থাকে, আমরা সিচুয়েশনটাকে কন্ট্রোলে রাখতে পারি সেজন্য। তো আপনাদের কারো যদি এই ধরনের কোনো এক্সপিরিয়েন্স থাকে, আপনারা অবশ্যই আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করবেন, আমাদের ইনবক্সে আমাদেরকে শেয়ার করতে পারেন। সরি, আমাদের ইনবক্সে আমাদেরকে শেয়ার করতে পারেন, অথবা আমাদের কমেন্ট বক্সে আমাদেরকে জানাতে পারেন আপনাদের এই ধরনের কোনো স্টোরি থাকলে। সেটা আপনারা কিভাবে প্রকাশ করবেন সেটা আমরা হচ্ছে আপনাদেরকে আহ, বলে দিতে পারি। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। মুভ আপ টু আওয়ার নেক্সট টপিক, হুইচ ইজ describe a habit your friend has and you want to develop it.
Okay, so my friend is very health conscious, and he was a big guy, and now he's very, very slight, but very, very fit and quite toned. And he has a regime that he does twice a day. Now, this
He
habit,
goes to gym
he goes
twice a day.
he he goes to the gym in the morning to do cardio. So he's
Okay.
in the he works. He has his own business, which is a deli, and he has to be at work for like 2 o'clock in the morning to prepare all
Mhm.
the food and everything. And so once he's finished around 4 o'clock or 4:30, he goes to the gym to do his cardio. So he goes and runs, or he cycles, or he cross trainers. He does all that. Then he showers, comes back, walks the dogs, goes back to work, and then does another 3 or 4 hours. And then he leaves again and goes and does his weights. So he'll do his weights based on which body type, which body part he wants to work on. So he'll probably work on one day he'll work on legs and chest, and then another day he'll work on arms, another day he'll work on stomach, etc. So I want to develop that habit to be able to do that in my day.
Okay, very,
Unfortunately,
very, very well.
it doesn't
So,
happen. So hey hey.
how old is your friend?
He's 48.
Wow,
Oh no,
he's
tell a lie. He's 50.
he's 50 and still he is doing all these things.
Yeah. Well, up until 2 years ago, up until 2020, I used to power lift for the over 50s
Wow.
in
So,
tournaments, in competition.
okay, okay, very well. What's his name?
No, my friend's name's Mark, and he lives just down the road from me. He's not famous or
Okay.
anything. He's just a good friend of mine that does it. But he's so strict, and he has this amazing habit that he does every day, that he has to go, and it helps him to get through the day and helps him to keep his weight where he wants it to be.
Okay, thank you. So, can you explain why do you want to develop this habit?
Because it's always good to get into a routine and a habit that keeps you fit and healthy. Whereas my lifestyle at the moment is not geared up to be able to go and do that twice a day or even once a day. I'm trying, but I'm not as committed as he is to create it. So I'm trying to develop it slowly so that I will be as fit as he is.
Okay, so why you are not able to do it like him?
Because I've had two major surgeries in the last 2 years,
Oh,
and if I overdo it, I'll be in hospital again. So I can't do it.
that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay now. It's all good.
So, what surgery you went through?
Ah, it's a long story. So if you want me to tell you, then hey ho. So 2 years ago, I had a pain in my stomach, and I ended up going to hospital on an ambulance. They found that I had an internal bleed.
Oh,
One of my arteries had burst, and I was losing blood inside. So they had to open me up, and they couldn't stop the bleeding. So I had cardiac arrest. They found that I had pancreatitis necrosis, so they cut about 3/4 of my pancreas away. They then found that there was a problem with my colon, so they cut a piece of my colon out. They damaged my spleen in the process, and they put me into an induced coma for 6 weeks.
okay. So, that's really huge. One after
Uh-huh.
one, one after one. There wasn't just one problem.
Oh no, there was quite a lot. And then
Quite a
I,
lot.
I was in hospital for 3 months.
3 months. It's
Mm-hmm.
like 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And then I came out, and then I needed to learn how to walk again. When I woke up, I had a tracheostomy, so I had a tube in my throat, so I couldn't eat, drink, or speak. I didn't know what had happened to me. I thought I'd gone to bed one night and woke up the next. It was 6 weeks later. Um, I and then I had to learn to walk and everything else. I couldn't walk. Everything had wasted away. Had to
So it
learn.
took you a long time to
Yeah, a long
recover.
time. And then a year later, I went back into hospital, and then they took out my gallbladder. They reconnected my colon. They found another blockage, so they had to cut that out and reconnect that. And then there was a problem, and I was only supposed to be in hospital for 5 days, and I was in for 31 days.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry to hear all this. I
Hey,
hope,
now I'm alive to tell this tale, so I'm very lucky to
yeah,
be here.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course. I always hope that you're staying well, as
No,
like
no.
as young.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So move up to our next topic, which is describe a place you visited on vacation.
Okay. So recently I drove down to Cornwall, which is on the south coast of, it's a sort of a county, sort of on
What you
on the
you drove? You went where?
Cornwall, Cornwall,
Cornwall.
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 I'll write it in the comments and you'll see. Okay.
Oh, Cornwall.
Yeah.
Cornwall.
It's
Cornwall.
uh, it's a
Cornwall.
very Cornwall. Yeah.
Cornwall.
And it's a very beautiful part of it's a very, very beautiful part of the world, or very beautiful part of the United Kingdom. And it's
Okay.
right on the coast. We went right to the coast. It took 6 hours to drive there, and through very beautiful countryside, beautiful villages, beautiful scenery, watching the sea as we drove down to the place we were staying. We went to this little fishing village right on the coast, and the hotel where we stayed was, was exactly where the boats would come out of the water and stay when the fishermen got off. The hotel was right on that jetty. It was right there, so you could just sit outside on the balcony of the bar and just see all the boats coming in and the fishermen coming in and watching the waves crash against the rocks. And it was very, very beautiful. And it was an amazing hotel. There was no shops anywhere near this place. There was one pub. There was one place where people went to meet and have a drink or had food, but there was nothing else. You would have to travel like 30 minutes to an hour to go to like a shop to buy food or to buy anything else.
30
Um,
minutes
yeah,
to.
yes.
Okay.
So this place was very remote and very quiet. It had a lot of walking trails there because it was right on the very edge of the land to before the sea, and you could go up the cliffs and the walks. It was just very, very tranquil and a great place to just relax and do nothing. It was a great place to sit and read a book because reading is very important if you want to improve your English and your speaking
Okay.
and your language. Amazing.
আচ্ছা, আহ, আমাদের ব্রিটিশ শিক্ষক যেটা বললেন যে উনি ওই প্লেসে যেতে কেন পছন্দ করেন, তার কারণ হচ্ছে যখন যখন উনি ওই প্লেসে যান তখন ওনার খুব বেশি পিচ ফিল হয়, উনি অনেক বেশি নিজেকে এনজয় করেন, যার কারণে উনি ওই প্লেসে যেতে খুবই পছন্দ করেন। আম, তো আপনাদের যদি এরকম কোনো প্লেস থাকে যে আপনারা যেতে খুবই পছন্দ করেন, আমাদের কমেন্ট সেকশনে জানাবেন। আম, আর সবাইকে বলবেন যে আপনারা কেন ওই প্লেসে যেতে পছন্দ করেন। আর যারাই আমাদের লাইভ দেখছেন কাইন্ডলি একটু লাভ লাইক দিয়ে দিবেন এবং আমাদের লাইভটা শেয়ার করে দিবেন, কারণ যারা ফ্রি স্পিকিং ক্লাস করতে চায় বা ফ্রি স্পিকিং সেশন করতে চায় আমরা তাদেরকে এই সুযোগ করে দিচ্ছি। যারা এই ফ্রি স্পিকিং ক্লাস করতে চায় মার্সিসাইড কনসালটেন্সির পক্ষ থেকে ওনাদেরকে ফ্রি স্পিকিং ক্লাসের সুযোগ দেওয়া হচ্ছে আমাদের ব্রিটিশ শিক্ষক রিচার্ডের সাথে। Okay, move up to our next topic, which is describe a businessman that you admire.
Okay. So there's a few businessmen that I admire, but one of them is Alan Sugar. Alan
Alan
Sugar.
Sugar.
Alan Sugar. Yes, he is
Okay.
an entrepreneur,
Mm,
and he started many years ago.
okay.
He decided that he didn't want to work for anybody, and he wanted to earn his own money. So what he did was he used to go out and he'd buy car accessories like windscreen wipers and aerials when he was young, and he'd sell them out the boot of his car to people that wanted them. So he'd buy them for one price and sell them for another one. And after a year, he realized how hard his father was working, and he didn't
Okay.
want his father to work as hard as he was. So what he did was, after a year of him selling the stuff out of the back of his car, he told his father to leave the company he was working for and go work for him. So that's what he did. So
Okay.
yeah, and then eventually in the late 70s, early 80s, he created a company called Amstrad, which was which he created based on a partnership with somebody he knew that was excellent with computers, and they developed a computer, the Amstrad computer, and then also that led to like hi-fis and stereos as a business, and that grew rapidly throughout the 80s and early 90s. And then he came out of that industry and went into property, and he built his property empire up. Now he does a TV show in the UK called The Apprentice, which he's done for 14 seasons, and where he puts candidates through a lot of tasks so that they can be his next business partner, where he invests money into them for a return of their business. And it's very successful. He's very successful. He's now worth 1.4 billion pounds
Okay.
himself. Yeah. He has a massive boat. He's got property, cars, houses. It's he is a good role model or a good person to see how he didn't have any education. He never went to
Yes, definitely.
university.
Definitely.
He started off and he did it. He's exactly the same as Richard Branson. Richard Branson never had a formal education. He decided to just go off and earn money and have a career and have that entrepreneurial spirit that makes both of them extremely good at what they do, and
So
and have a great
basically, he did all of that with his experience.
his experience. He he took opportunities. He made good business decisions, and he did it. Yeah. And the only person in this entire world that will help you to do that is the person that looks at you in the mirror.
Okay, looks like you in the mirror,
It's
like,
you. It's only you that can do it. It's the person
okay,
staring back at you.
okay. It's him. It's he and himself.
It's himself. Yeah,
Yes,
you're the only one
yes.
that can take the opportunity, and it's only you that can change the way you are now.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। তো আমাদের ব্রিটিশ শিক্ষক রিচার্ড যা বললো তা থেকে আমরা যেটা দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে যে ওনার যিনি ফেভারিট বিজনেসম্যান বা এমন একজন বিজনেসম্যান যাকে উনি পছন্দ করেন, তেমন কাউকে যদি আমরা তেমন একজনের নাম আমরা ওনার কাছ থেকে জানতে চেয়েছিলাম। তো ওনার নাম হচ্ছে অ্যালান সুগা। এবং কেন উনি ওনাকে অ্যাডমায়ার করেন সেই ব্যাপারেও আমরা জানতে পারলাম। ওনার কারণ উনি একজন এন্টারপ্রেনিউর এবং উনি যে কাজগুলো করেছেন, উনি যেভাবে ওনার আর্লি স্টার্টিং থেকে শুরু করে এখন পর্যন্ত ওনার বিজনেসটাকে এনেছেন, দাঁড় করিয়েছেন, ওই কারণে আমাদের শিক্ষক ওনাকে পছন্দ করেন, যেটা খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং, জেনে খুবই ভালো লাগলো। ওকে, সো লেটস মুভ আপ টু নেক্সট টপিক, হুইচ ইজ a foreign person you heard or known that you think is interesting.
Ah, this.
Is my foreign pronunciation okay?
Yeah, foreign. Yes,
Foreign.
foreign
Okay.
is
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you have heard or known that is interesting. Okay, so the person that I think is interesting that is overseas is Gutterenberg, is it? The environmentalist, the young child, the young girl that's I think she's 17, and she's trying to revolutionize the world and to become more eco-friendly and to go green and to save our planet. And I think that what she's doing is that she's influencing a whole new generation of people, especially her age group and her peers. And also, she's been invited to all the eco summits and has consulted with all the government and told them in America and in the European Union exactly what's happening to our planet. And when she speaks from, you know, a very good position of understanding, and she's very passionate and believes that if we don't do something now, that we will destroy our own planet and destroy our own livelihood, our own civilization, because the environment and is suffering at the moment under what we're doing in terms of combustion engines, in terms of the greenhouse effect, in terms of various things that we do as consumers is affecting our planet's ecosystem. So what we need to do is to protect it, and that's her message, and it's fantastic. Now, lots of people love it and believe in what she's saying, but very rare do people actually do it, because I'm sure that we all know we should recycle, but I'm sure that there's a lot of people that get, oh, I can't be bothered to separate the rubbish. I'll just put it into one bin. It's fine. Yeah. Or, oh, just, keep burning fossil fuel. I'll just get another big car and do that rather than going to something like an electric car or different type of power. So
Okay.
that's the person I admire. I've heard of that that is interesting. I think she's interesting.
Acha. So, do you want to deliver her thoughts, her messages to other persons?
To other people?
Okay.
No, I don't. No, I'm very happy for her to do it. I think what she's saying is fantastic, and I try and do my bit to help the environment, but I wouldn't say I was an activist like she is.
হুম। তো আমরা আমাদের ব্রিটিশ শিক্ষকের কাছ থেকে এমন একজন ফরেন পার্সনের কথা, এমন একজন ইউকের বাইরে বাস করে এমন একজন ফরেন রেসিডেন্টের কথা জানলাম, যাকে তিনি অ্যাডমায়ার করেন। কেন করেন? কারণ তিনি পরিবেশ নিয়ে বর্তমানে কথাবার্তা বলে থাকেন, যে এনভায়রনমেন্ট কিভাবে দূষণমুক্ত করা যায়, কিভাবে এনভায়রনমেন্ট নিয়ে কাজ করলে আমরা আমাদের পৃথিবীকে পলিউশন মুক্ত রাখতে পারি, ওই ব্যাপার নিয়ে উনি কথাবার্তা বলেছেন। তো আমাদের সবারই উচিত বেসিক্যালি আমাদের আর্থ বা আমাদের পৃথিবী যাতে পলিউশন মুক্ত থাকে এই ব্যাপারটা নিয়ে কাজ করা। তো আপনারাও জানাবেন আপনাদের জানা এমন কোনো পার্সন থাকলে, যে আপনি যাকে অ্যাডমায়ার করেন, কেন করেন, আপনাদের যদি এরকম জানা থাকে সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনারা আমাদেরকে জানাবেন। ওকে, দ্যাটস দ্য এন্ড অফ আওয়ার টপিক টুডে। ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা আগামী উইকে আবার স্পিকিং টপিক নিয়ে চলে আসব আপনাদের সাথে স্পিকিং প্র্যাকটিস করার জন্য। আজকে এই পর্যন্তই। আল্লাহ হাফেজ সবাইকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। এবং সবাই কমেন্ট বক্সে জানাবেন কেউ যদি ফ্রি স্পিকিং সেশনে জয়েন করতে চান। থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান।
Thanks. Nice to speak to you. Nice to see you. Hope you enjoyed it.